Milo, a small gray mouse with bright eyes, sat in his cozy nest under the kitchen floorboards, nibbling on his favorite crumb. As he checked his stash, Milo noticed something strange. Many of his crumbs were missing. Who could have taken my crumbs? Milo wondered aloud, his tiny nose twitching with determination. Milo squeezed through a crack in the floor, entering the dimly lit kitchen. Crumbs were usually scattered here, but today the floor was spotless. Following a faint trail of crumbs, Milo scurried toward the pantry, where he often found his best snacks. Inside the pantry, Milo found nothing but empty shelves. "This is getting stranger," he murmured, his tail flicking nervously. A small movement caught Milo's eye. "Who's there?" he squeaked, stepping cautiously toward the shadows. Out popped a tiny spider spinning its web. "I didn't take your crumbs," said the spider, "but I've seen someone carrying them away." The spider pointed Milo toward the cupboard near the sink. "Check there," it suggested before scuttling back into its web. Milo followed the advice and climbed up the cupboard, using his agile paws to scale the wooden doors. Behind the cupboard, Milo found a long line of ants, each carrying a tiny crumb. "Hey, those are my crumbs," Milo called out, but the ants didn't stop. They were too busy working. Milo scampered alongside the ants, following their trail all the way to a small crack in the wall. The crack led Milo into a tiny tunnel, where the ants were storing the crumbs in a large pile. Before Milo could say anything, a large ant stepped forward. "We didn't know these crumbs belonged to you. We thought they were free to take." Milo explained how he had been saving those crumbs for days. The ants looked apologetic but explained they were gathering food for winter. Feeling torn, Milo decided to be fair. "I'll share my crumbs with you, but I need enough to last me too," he said. The ants agreed, and together they divided the pile evenly. Milo took his share and thanked the ants for understanding. Back in the kitchen, Milo felt relieved but still curious about the other missing crumbs. He noticed a small feather near the window and decided to investigate. Climbing up to the windowsill, Milo saw crumbs scattered along the ledge, leading outside. He followed the trail to the garden, where a young sparrow was perched, nibbling on a crumb. "Excuse me," Milo called. "Are you the one who's been taking crumbs from the kitchen?" The sparrow looked guilty. "I didn't mean to steal them. I was just so hungry," it chirped. Milo softened. "I understand. I'm happy to share, but I need to know where my crumbs are going." The sparrow apologized and promised to only take crumbs with Milo's permission in the future. To show goodwill, Milo and the sparrow shared a crumb together on the garden bench. As they talked, the sparrow offered to bring Milo seeds from the garden in exchange for crumbs. Milo liked the idea. "That sounds fair. Let's help each other out." Returning to the kitchen, Milo felt proud of how he handled things. He placed his remaining crumbs in a safer spot, making sure no one could take them without asking. The next day, the sparrow returned with a small pile of seeds, keeping its promise to Milo. Milo felt happy knowing he had made a new friend and kept his food safe. From then on, Milo shared his crumbs wisely and helped others in need. In his cozy nest, Milo nibbled on a crumb, feeling content and ready for whatever adventures tomorrow might bring.